that venom that's rough like denim. I hope they keep us going. Gladiator to the core. Rappers make me boy, the glass from to a wall. I'm a technician when they come to their mission. Got those other rappers prison and it's leaking out their bridges. Never lose vision when they come to the bag. Have a yellow cat trash right in your lab. Got the same text wired on a spare tire. Feel the explosion, burn from fire. I'm a loser when I tell that nigga turn it up. Nobody in here have an empty cup. Better run in the street and all gray. I'm a human hand grenade all day. I'm a human hand grenade all day. I'm a human hand grenade all day. Better run and escape and go pray, cause I'm a human hand grenade all day. Like the movie speak, call me Dennis Hopper. I'm a seven soul, I'm the mad mama. Gotta work hard so the numbers got commas. You is my suitor, you straight cocker. Eat a lobster in the Bahamas, top shocker. I'm spitting every decent position, ass cover. Every dog's gonna have his day. Your caliber second rate, spare balls in second grade. The pen never separate from my bloody figures. You river when I deliver. Hit you with my slipper and so she the wood chips. You with the fuckery, that's why you keep ducking me. But not a bear, your stomach gets bubbly. You want to go your seat now. After the fatality, go and eat seafood. That's how I celebrate. Put your name on my plate. You stay a female beef. You's a mistake. I'm a loser when I tell that nigga turn it up. Nobody in here have an empty cup. Better run and escape it all day. I'm a human hand grenade all day. I'm a human hand grenade all day. I'm a human hand grenade all day. Better run and escape and go pray, cause I'm a human hand grenade all day. I roll through your block, cause I'm hella hot. I told you the massacre will never stop. To the chicken spot, you know I eat a lot. With the microphone, I'm mad from the ops. I'm a loser when I tell that nigga turn it up. Nobody in here have an empty cup. Better run and escape it all gray. I'm a human hand grenade all day. I'm a human hand grenade all day. I'm a human hand grenade all day. Better run and escape and go pray, cause I'm a human hand grenade all day. Better run and escape and go pray, cause I'm a human hand grenade all day. Hey. From yours truly, the Human Hand Grenade, available everywhere on all streaming platforms. Excuse me. And once again, everyone, welcome to the Roundtable, episode 21. We're gonna do what we do. We're gonna talk the old-fashioned wrestling. And hey, man, what's going on, everybody out there? You already know the vibes. Hit the thumbs up. It's only free. And I got my dude Nate on board with me off the kick. He always got to remind me to post a link. I'll be forgetting at times to post a link. Yeah, man. So we're definitely gonna get into it, man, when it comes to this episode 21. How's everybody feeling out there? And for those out there in the Midwest, like myself, be safe out there. We're expecting a major hailstorm. Be safe. If you don't have to be on the road driving, don't be on the road. Stay off the roads. Stay inside. Stay safe. Hopefully, for those out there that's known for their power going out, hopefully you stocked up on water bottles, candles, maybe some canned goods, what may have you. Just be safe, because as you can hear, I don't know if you can hear it, but the wind is starting to pick up. I think it's a light drizzle right now, so Well, you know how we do out here in the Midwest. We're gonna fight. We're gonna get through this. Oh man. We got Evil Vince up in here. Hey Vince, how you?
Yeah, what's going on, guys? What's up? Yeah.
Hold on. The fuck?
What's up?
Okay, go ahead. You was able to hear me that time?
Yeah, what's up? Yeah. I kidnapped that guy, Nate.
I'm bumming out. My bad, Vince. Don't fire me.
He's in the van. I tied up Nate. He's in the white van. He ain't coming on tonight. The ninjas got him.
So what's going on with you, Vince?
Well, we came off a great Wrestlemania, and I'm all pumped up for Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. Yeah. Roman Reigns is hot and on fire.
Definitely. Like, this dude, Roman Reigns, he basically on top of the world. He got both of the titles. He got the Universal and the WWE Championship.
Yeah.
And it's like, everybody's looking to see that Cody Rhodes is potentially next up, maybe like in SummerSlam. What's your thoughts about that?
I got a beef with Cody. He can't use those words, wrestler and belt. No, it's title. And sports entertainer. There's no wrestling in the WWE. You watch the other guys on Wednesday night. Do you want to watch wrestling?
And what made you make that an edict in WWE?
Because we're sports entertainment. We provide entertainment, and if you're narcoleptic and have trouble sleeping, we provide sleep on Mondays. Yeah. 3 hours of sleep entertainment. Yeah. We provide sleep on Mondays. Yeah.
Toph, you gotta turn that down, yeah. You got Toph up in the building.
I got a beef with this guy, Toph. He likes to talk shit about WWE. Well, I'm getting a ban for him too. He ain't gonna be on the show. Beaver's gonna take his place next week.
So, if you can hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Appreciate you, joining us. I appreciate both of y'all joining us, and and sharing. Make sure you share, like, and share. It's only free. Y'all know what time it is with that. You know the vibes. So, if you see, this dude Vince is over here on this fuck shit. You got anything you gotta say to Vince McMahon over here?
Yeah, Vince can fuck off right now. All I know is AEW got to overrun. So if we don't see Mortal Kombat, I'm going to fucking go to Jacksonville myself and hold Tony Khan's dad hostage. Because this time we see Scorpion go over. Fuck Johnny Cage.
Yeah. I hope we see Corey Matthews running down the stairs so we get Boy Meets World after Dynamite. Yeah.
I like Scorpion and Johnny Cage. Those are both my dudes, though. I fucks with both of them.
I like Baraka from Mortal Kombat. Yeah.
Well, how would you book Baraka, Vince?
Book him strong. The guy's got blades as arms. He'll fucking hook everybody up like a piece of meat in a New York meat house. Yeah.
And we all know that you love your meat, Vince.
Oh, I love the beef.
Meat and beef.
It's Braun Strowman's beef. Yeah.
I seen this one tweet, as a matter of fact, how this proves how dumb this dude Braun Strowman is. Like, a fan was basically saying that like he CYN or Sin. He named it something like a new slang, like, he likes CYN. It's basically he liked it, right? But this dude Braun Strowman took it wrong and was saying like, "Oh, I did that to your mom's last night." He was like, "Oh my dude, I'm praising the product. What the hell is wrong with you?"
Yeah. Well, I didn't hire Braun Strowman for his brains.
Imagine your mom jokes in 2022.
Exactly, like my man, crazy.
Yeah.
He actually did a kip up though, was actually pretty impressive. In the last match he was in, he did a kip up. I give him that, but when it comes to reading a book, oh god,
I did a nip up for dinner. I had 3 nips and I nipped up and had a steak. Yeah.
I know you like your good cow.
You know it. The beef. Fucking Linda's running for president, I heard, 2024. God damn it. More money down
President of what?
I don't know. United States?
You ready
Yeah.
to put up? You ready to put up another what? Was that 10 million?
Nah, 50 million, 2 campaigns.
Jesus Christ!
I
Unreal.
should just divorce the bitch and take over the Playboy Mansion. Yeah, sluts. 24/7.
Shit. Speaking of sluts, like bitches in the Playboy Mansion, you know, I talk about Sunny and her fucking
Oh,
washed up, destructive ass, drunkard, racist ass. She's just a mess. Like Vince, like
yeah.
what's going on when it comes to these Hall of Famers, especially when it comes to Sunny? Like, don't you think you should have a edict now where you get to basically kick people out the Hall of Fame when they make the company look bad after they've been inducted?
Well, we don't have an official fucking building because we're fucking morons. But it's like Fantasy Island, the plane. But don't worry, Sonny, I'll make some conjugal visits. Yeah, your cloudy days are gonna be sunny again. Yeah.
Like, what do you think about that, Tove? You know, given the whole fact with the Sunny situation, and you know, should Hall of Famers that make the company look bad after they, won the Hall of Fame, shouldn't they be defamed, so to speak?
I mean, the Hall of Fame's not real anyway, but we'll just got to wait and see what the actual charge will be because she hasn't been charged for anything yet. But yeah, it's sad that it got to this point. I expected Jay Uso or both of the Usos, honestly. That was going to be them for a minute, but no, it was Sunny instead. So
Yeah, because them dudes didn't even get punished at all. Like as a matter of fact, when Jimmy had got that latest DUI, they rewarded them the tag team champions. It's like, damn, more people should get drunk on WWE more often and go behind the wheel. Kang, what's going on, my dude?
What's happening, y'all?
Yeah.
What's good? What's good, man? So
Shit,
they thinking so y'all thinking that dude gonna take down the tribal chief?
Ooh, Cody?
Yeah.
Hell no.
That shit ain't happening. Not on Vince's watch.
Well, we got Vince right here, apparently. So I guess you go ask him, like, what does he think?
Nah, that ain't happening, man. That ain't happening at all. I mean, for one, that's Vince's creation, number one. The whole Roman Reigns push, he sees that as a creation that he manifested. So he ain't trying to have an AEW dude come in because Cody's considered AEW right now.
Right.
So people know him, the masses know him as an AEW guy. He ain't gonna come in there and beat Vince's creation. That's just not gonna fly. Even with Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan, he wasn't even letting that happen.
because he's an AEW guy. Because he's an AEW guy, that's exactly why he's gonna beat Roman.
No.
Yes.
But you gotta think about it like this. If it's a slim chance, go ahead.
Cody is going to beat him because they want more AEW guys to make the jump.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
Right. That's why he's going to be the one to do it.
You got a point. See, Toph's got a point. but I gotta bring back The Rock for Mania.
I honestly don't even want to see that. Roman Reigns and The Rock.
That ship has sailed. That should have happened at this WrestleMania. We not
Well, you
like
got a
I
choice.
understand this. Like I understand if I understand that this coming WrestleMania is gonna be in Hollywood, what may have you, but it's still gonna be too old, and then it wouldn't have been as old. And you had some good legitimate faces for the Zoo Roman Reigns to knock off until we get to that point. We don't have no faces.
All the faces are corny right now.
You got a choice. Either I bring back The Rock or I'm going to whip out my cock at Mania.
Whoa.
Great.
Nobody trying to see nothing like that.
No, not mine. No. Not even Linda.
He might gas up. Yo, and this is a Vince move. He'll gas up Austin. Hey, you want one more run?
Yeah,
man. That
Rock.
Y'all
see that comment down there though? But probably overthinking. Yeah. Basically saying, how many Hall of Fame wouldn't have Hall of Fame rings, or basically Hall of Famers by their conduct outside of wrestling. That's a good point.
Well, Jimmy Snuka's in the Hall of Fame, and we all know what Snuka did. Yeah.
What was in that bag, yo? What was in that briefcase, Vince? Like that's like that's like that myth that always been out there. Nobody don't know what was in that briefcase that got Snuka off.
Fucking Snuka got off too, because 1 year before he went back to court, he was at a convention. As a matter of fact, we had Tech on here a few weeks ago. I can get Tech back on here on your next show, and he can tell the story.
Yeah, he
was at a convention in Baltimore a year before he was in court. Dude was perfectly clear. He could have conversations. He knew where he was. He knew what day it was, what year it was. Then a year later,
he's senile.
No, he wasn't senile at all. The dude knew what was up. He was trying to get that bag.
I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag.
Nah, them Samoans got some juice in the wrestling business. That's why Vince don't ever cross them.
And that's the reason why. Go ahead, Vince.
I was gonna say the reason why I can't go shit on the Samoans because I cheated on Linda with a Samoan woman back in the day. Yeah,
Nia Jax.
Fucked her brains out and hit her in the head with a coconut. Yeah. Want to know what was in the briefcase? Mm-hmm. It was the 2 kilos and 50,000 from Scarface. I stole the yayo. Yeah.
But yeah, man, that Rock shit's not. The Rock shit's
not. The Samoan Mafia. Yo,
yeah.
Samoan got stable. Like,
plus they big as shit. Plus they big as shit too, and the way they fight like savages too. They don't fight like regular people. They'll gouge your eyes. They'll pull your nostrils. They'll fucking pull scaps out your hair, then bite your ear.
You try to punch him in the face, they won't feel it, because all of them is known for having hard heads, paws.
Yeah.
All right, I got the Rock schedule right in front of me. I've been telling this to John for like months now. A lot of WWE fans don't want to hear this. Listen, man, the Rock Roman shit, it's not fucking happening. I don't care
Bring
how
Batista
many
back.
Reports. I don't care how many reports you read about. Oh, Rock wants it to happen. Roman wants it to happen. Look, man, wanting something to happen and actually doing the shit you need to do to get it done are two different things, okay? Here's the Rock schedule for next year, okay? He's still filming Young Rock. By the way, Young Rock is filmed in Australia, for those who don't know. I know that's like really random.
Before you continue on, I think it's some bullshit that they don't have the first season on that it was on. It was a Hulu on Peacock. They took off the first season to make room for the second season, which is some bullshit. But go ahead.
Yeah, well, he's still filming Young Rock season 2. Young Rock already got greenlit for a season 3. That's coming next year. I never saw the Jungle Cruise movie, but apparently it did well. Jungle Cruise 2 is confirmed. That's coming. Actually, there's no release date yet for it. They're currently in the writing process for that. Rock's basically like the star of the movie, so you got that. XFL's coming back next year. Don't forget that. He's the co-owner of it. He was going to be front and
I
center.
forgot about that
this.
shit.
I
Yo,
know
how the
you
fuck
did.
is
That's why I'm
when
telling
does
you.
this dude sleep? When does he sleep?
That's what I'm telling you. So XFL is coming back next year. So you know how it is. They're going to do another one of those conference call things, the suits and stuff. And since he's the co-owner with him and his ex-wife, which is really fucking bizarre, but whatever, he'll be there to shake hands and do suits. And don't forget, he still got Black Adam coming out later this summer. And you know they're not going to let that just be a one and done. They'll probably give that some HBO Max spinoff.
Yeah, 2 or 3 more, yeah, of course.
Yeah, they're going to probably give that a sequel or give it some spinoff, just like Peacemaker with Cena. By the way, you will get Rock Cena 3, but it'll be in a fucking movie. So you got all that coming out. Not to mention the dude never sleeps and he works out every single day. It's not happening. There's not enough time. So if you want to do Rock and Roman at Mania, you need to, at the very least, at the absolute minimum, you have to at least clear 2.5 to 3.5 months. Be like, okay, Rock, we need you to just basically clear all your shit and not have anything to do from like January to April. Not happening. You know who Rock is?
He got too much obligations.
I'll tell you
do that.
I'll tell you who the Rock is. We all know a dude like this. Rock is that dude, right? Where you're minding your own business.
That's who the Rock is.
This is who the Rock is. And we all know someone like this. Rock is that dude where you get a text message and you hear about this party at a bar, right? And you're like, oh shit, this is gonna be lit. Let me go ahead and call my boy. Hey man, there's gonna be this party at so and so and so and so. You gonna come? And they tell you, well, we'll see. They don't say yes, but they don't say no either.
They just keep you hanging.
So you go and you have a good time, right? But you're not having as good as a time as you would have because your homie's not there. So you're kind of salty, but he never told you he was going to be there. So if you do get salty, it's your own fault because you convinced yourself, oh, he'll come, but he's not going to. So, but yeah, man, it's not happening.
Down there?
Yeah.
You think about that, Vince?
You got
the money for it, Vince. Like, what happened?
I got the money, but
get that bag ready. You need fuck a bag. You need a couple of suitcases, maybe more.
I got Plan B. I'm hiring Juventud Guerrera, the Juice. He's gonna be the new Rock. Yeah.
You gotta give him some juice too.
One last thing on The Rock. The Rock, and I'm not trying to disrespect The Rock. I'm just being real. Niggas talking about they want to see Rock Roman. All y'all people out there, The Rock is 49 years old. Dead ass. The last time he had he had a straight up match. I'm not talking about that bullshit from 32, the little 3-second whatever with Rowan. Was WrestleMania 29 with John Cena. That was in 2013. It's 2022 now. It's almost been 10 years, and The Rock's body was absolutely destroyed in that match, and it was shit. All they did was just finishers.
The first one was trash. The second one was actually a little better.
No, it wasn't. Did you forget? All they did was just do spam finishes the whole match. It was
the first one was actually better than me. The first one was actually better than me.
Was it the first one? Oh yeah, I think
the first one. The first
one
was 28.
They had to build big fight energy with it. You know what I mean? And plus, we was in the realm at the time. We was going at it with them. So it was good. It was fun memories for that. But the second one, it seemed like they overdid the finishers and all that stuff. We knew Cena was going to win.
I thought that was the first one.
That was all they did. All they did was just spam finishers. The match was like, I don't know, 13, 14 minutes. I know Rock tore a few quads because he was supposed to be. This is a funny what if. Oh, we can't. This is a good transition for Nate's show, right? So here's the truth, right? So when you really think about it, this is a crazy what if, right? It's The Rock's fault that Taker's streak ended because The Rock was supposed to be on Raw next night to set up an angle with Brock Lesnar. But because he was hurt, he took his jet home and he flew off. Do y'all remember a long time ago? Yeah. They were setting up Rock Brock 2 because we never got Rock Brock 2. I know a lot of wrestling fans don't remember shit, but when Brock was feuding,
that was supposed to happen.
Yeah. And as a matter of fact, here's proof of it. When Triple H was feuding with Brock, I know this is a while back. Do you remember a segment on Raw when Brock went to the WWE headquarters and he went in Triple H's office?
I remember.
Right. Brock walked past a picture of The Rock, and he just kind of was like, huh, like he scuffed him. That was supposed to be the first tease right there. But they didn't do it because Rock got hurt. So Rock never showed up the next night. And because Rock didn't show up, Brock didn't show up either.
No.
So it got dropped. Anyway, the point I'm making is that The Rock nearly killed his body, and that was in a shitty match against Cena. So if that was against Cena, how in the fuck is he supposed to fight Roman? It's not possible. How is he supposed to? You mean to tell me you think The Rock is going to get speared by Roman and he won't get hurt? He won't get super kicked by the Usos, a Samoan splash, a splash? No way, dude. No way. No way. I never ever talk about this. I never talk about steroids.
Here it goes though. Check this out. I mean, like maybe he, conditions himself. Rest. He definitely had got the rest. Well, somewhat of rest when it comes to him being in the ring. He rested up. Maybe it won't be as out. Like you do make valid points.
Nah, bro. If Rock Roman happens, listen, I never talk about shit like this ever. If Rock Roman happens, ain't no way in hell this dude's passing the piss test. No way. You can't tell me. No fucking way.
The Rock is not going to take no piss test. That's the thing. That's The Rock. You don't insult The Rock with taking a piss test.
I gotta take some of the heat for the Mania match, the second one with Cena, because the night before at the hotel, The Rock did a flying fuck and hit the bedpost. And he got hurt. So I'm taking some heat. Yeah.
You're always taking heat. It's like that stunner you took.
Oh, fuck, man. Austin,
that was
fuck that
type
up.
Of heat. That was funny type of heat, but yeah. How did you feel after taking that shit? You about to shit your pants.
I'm going to get Foley for laughing at me, that fucker.
Yeah, that was funny. I ain't seen Foley that happy in a long time.
Yeah, that toothless fuck.
Man. But yeah, man. But as you can see, I guess they building this dude Cody Rhodes up little by little for him to be a valuable opponent for this dude, Seth Rollins. For Roman Reigns. Maybe just come in SummerSlam. But speaking of Seth Rollins, what's your thoughts on that? Do you think they're gonna do 50-50 booking? Because you already know he's gonna face him at Backlash. You think WWE is gonna pull the old bullshit like what they normally do and have Seth Rollins beat Cody Rhodes, or they're just gonna have this dude Cody Rhodes on a tear and just basically just knock out opponent after opponent to make it look strong enough to go against Roman Reigns?
Well, I got Becky causing Cody to lose because I gotta bring Brandy in because I want to bang both of them. Yeah.
The genetic jackhammer will never die.
My grapefruits.
All I know is Seth's got changed the channel heat for me. He's getting into Bray Wyatt territory, and that's not a good thing.
Some people's actually talking about that too, about him losing a lot.
Yeah.
That's the same shit that killed off Bray. Cuts a promo, has a big match, loses, then shows up the next show smiling as if nothing happened. Like, nah, bro. Fuck out of here. That's
this is how WWE books themselves in the corner, because it's like, okay, why have this rematch? Because now neither of them can lose. Why not feed somebody to Seth Rollins? Like, I don't know, like maybe give Seth Rollins some matches before Backlash and then have him lose to Cody Rhodes.
What about Rollins? What about I make him like David Koresh, like Waco, Texas, crazy man? That'll be great. Yeah.
They gonna make him a body Donna?
No, I'm like a crazy, like Jesus Christ shit, Yeah.
You already did that, Vince. You turn to see now. You already did
I'm gonna burn the compound down. I want to burn a house down and have ATF and shit. Yeah. I want dead bodies.
What you think, King?
About
I had to go for a minute. What were y'all talking about?
Basically, what I was saying was basically, do you think WWE is going to do 50-50 booking when it comes to Cody and Seth Rollins? Because you already know they basically going to have another match at Backlash.
Yeah. Rollins getting the dub. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen because it's still an AEW thing. Like, yo, you can't have your unless Rollins really vouch for it. I see it being 50-50.
That'll be really whack. It really would. And I say this. If it's gonna be 50-50, give some matches prior to that match to Seth Rollins, so he could get some wins. Because if he's gonna lose to Cody Rhodes, you know what I mean? Like, at least let him get some matches some wins under his belt, so the shit won't look too crazy. Me personally, I don't think this dude should ever lose right now. Cody Rhodes, he's supposed to be this big deal. Cody Rhodes shouldn't even be on be on TV every single week. Or Seth Rollins, but now Seth Rollins, he has to be around because he got to stack up wins. He got to basically build back up his his repertoire.
I'll tell y'all this, man. For the longest time, I thought Randy Orton was the cure for insomnia, but they got a new one, man. If you ever need a nap, if you can't go to sleep, just watch a Roman Reigns match, man. Yeah, Tribal Chief. I acknowledge you, Roman. I acknowledge that you're boring as fuck.
Knock it off.
Roman is boring, bro. He is boring as fuck, bro. Ain't nothing special about this nigga.
Well, I would say this. Maybe you got a point nowadays because it's getting to the point now it may be a little redundant, just a little. You know why? Like I said from before, not so long ago. Like when it comes to stars like a Roman Reigns or Cody Rhodes or what may have you, they should not be on TV every single week. And I remember when motherfuckers used to complain about Brock not being around like that. That's the fucking point. Brock ain't just gonna just come around and just be like, hey, I'm just gonna be here every single week. Nah. Did Hogan do that shit? No. You seen Hogan either Saturday Night's Main Event or pay-per-view. You never see them on some regular old bullshit show. You barely even see them on house shows. That's what made these motherfuckers special.
Well, Roman doesn't wrestle much. I'm just simply saying that when he does, like, he's boring as fuck. There's nothing special about this dude. That shit with Mania with Brock, that was the most anticlimactic Mania finish I've ever seen.
That match was wild.
You guys know anybody that needs a bus? I'm trying to sell the Lex Express. I need some extra cash.
Shit. Speaking of a motherfucking bus, fucking I heard Alexa Bliss wedding almost became a bust because Miz and Nia Jax almost trying to run the whole damn show.
What? Yeah.
Let's say Alexa Bliss, you know what I mean? Because I know that them trolls out there is big mad that she finally got married to homie or whatever.
Yeah. I wonder if they consummated the wedding. Yeah.
Hey, man, you know what they say? You can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Good luck to that dude.
Well, that's the thing. Is she really known for being a hoe?
Yeah, that's how she got her job, dude.
Really?
She's a ring rat. You didn't know that?
Ring rat.
Well, they said that a lot about a lot of females and shit in WWE.
Nah, she's a ring rat.
Wrestling, period.
Nah, she's a ring rat. That's why her and Sasha got heat.
Yeah.
Really?
Heat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I want that heat on my meat. Yeah.
Wait. So why her and Sasha got? Oh, because Sasha's more of the workhorse.
Yeah, they got heat like a couple of years ago, and everybody was like, "Oh, it's a work." No, it wasn't a work. It was like when she won her first main. I know what it was. She was the first person that became Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion when they brought back the brand split.
Right.
And then she did this interview, and she was on some radio show or something, and she was like completely out of character. And they were like, "Oh, is there anybody you want to thank?" And Alexa was like, "Oh, I want to thank Bailey. I want to thank Becky. I want to thank Charlotte, Asuka, Carmella." She's just talking about different girls that like helped her develop her character and stuff. She basically thanked everybody but Sasha. And then it was like, "Oh, okay, that's weird."
Well,
That would be like if
maybe she forgot to mention her.
no, it's because she doesn't like Sasha. So then, when they did I want to say it was the Mae Young Classic? Yeah, they did the Mae Young Classic, and that's when they were teasing the four horsewomen versus four horsewomen that never happened. And I think Sasha was interviewed, and they were asking her questions about, is there like, oh no, they asked her something like, do you ever work with people that you don't care for? And she was like, all the time. I just worked with one the other day.
Jesus Christ.
And at that time, if you go back, it was like a tag match. It was like Sasha and Bailey versus Nia and Alexa. And she would take Instagram photos of Nia all the time. So you knew it wasn't Nia. So by process of elimination, it had to have been Alexa. And so then if you go back, you'll see that Sasha and Alexa actually have not interacted that much. You can probably count on one hand how many matches they've had.
You know what, you're right. But yeah. Wouldn't that be maybe just because most of the time they're on different brands?
Yeah, and sometimes that could be a request, like, hey, I don't want to be on the same show as this bitch. So yeah. So anyway, that's the rumor. So because she was with Buddy, because she was with Buddy, and then they broke up randomly, and then she moved on. But the word has always been that she was a ring rat and she slept her way in. Because if you remember when she was in NXT, she wasn't a big star. She was just
she was a valet.
Yeah, she was just there. Then all of a sudden, she got caught up to the main roster, and then she was just getting pushes out the ass. And then you have a lot of other girls.
From what you're saying, I guess she's definitely getting a push up the ass.
Yeah, probably. So anyway, this was years ago. So who knows? Maybe they made up.
It is what it is. What you gonna call it? Look at the comment down there though.
What?
Do you think Brandy is or was a ring rat?
No. Brandy's a good girl.
No, she's a black bitch. That's what she is.
Yeah. I can't have Sasha and Alexa fighting with each other. They're gonna settle it in a hot shower match. Yeah.
Brandy's just bougie. I don't do bougie girls. That's a red flag for me. I stay away from bougie chicks.
Yeah.
Speaking of red flags.
Oh shit.
Dude that everyone loves to hate.
Oh, my biggest fan. Yeah.
You already know.
Yeah.
Snugs in the building.
Snuggles. Yeah.
What up, guys?
I tied up that fucking Nate. He's not on the show tonight. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We got Vince. Vince wanted to basically talk to him real quick, Vince.
Yeah, Snuggles. I love it when you talk about Raw and SmackDown as the greatest show. Fuck the other guys. I told you, who the fuck wants to watch AEW and Ching Chong Ping New Japan Pro Wrestling? Nobody. We're the best game in town. Yeah.
You there, Snug?
He's speechless.
Yeah. No. I'm just trying to figure out, like, why is Nate agreeing with me for finally? We all know WWE.
Who the fuck's Nate? He's tied up in the van with the ninjas. I'm evil Vince McMahon. I got your check in the mail too, and 2 T-shirts. Yeah. I'll
Even
send
though you
it
don't pay me. Okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I should check in the mail. Yo, so what's going on, my dude? How you feeling?
I've been sick lately, but I've been feeling better.
Sorry to hear that, man. Definitely appreciate you joining us, even though you're under the weather.
I'm just glad. I'm just glad that I got sick after I saw Sonic and after I saw Ambulance.
How was that Ambulance movie? I want to go see it.
It was really good, really really good movie. I loved the fact I saw it in IMAX and I went and saw it and it's
40X shit.
no I didn't see Ambulance in 40X. It wasn't a 40X, but it was really good. Like I think Michael Bay, that's an underrated Michael Bay film already because people were already shitting on it before it came out, but it's actually pretty good.
I like Michael Bay. Yeah.
The only thing I didn't
We
like
all
was the
love
ending.
Michael Bay. Michael Bay is the ultimate guy's director.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did a good job with this one.
Like
No, this movie has explosions, but it's at least this one was more realistic with a lot of the shit that we're doing. It wasn't like how Transformers was, as soon as a robot looked in the direction of a car, something exploded or something, like,
I
like
never
this was
saw
this
those
was
movies.
Yo,
no, they're
Vince,
really
don't
good.
shut my page down.
What?
You see the comment right there? Don't shut my page down, Vince.
Who's that guy? I'm not gonna shut nothing down.
I don't know, man. We did
I like
say
you guys.
wrestler. We did say wrestler or wrestling a few times on the show. So
Oh yeah. Sports entertainer like Jericho. Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, I saw what was it? Raw was great.
How was Sonic?
What? Sonic was awesome.
Was
Sonic.
it? Yeah.
Have y'all seen it?
I gotta see that shit too.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
man,
mostly
y'all
watching
lacking.
on my birthday weekend.
Lacking.
I had a
No,
chili
no.
dog from Sonic. Gave me the shits for 2 weeks.
Dude, let me tell you
Sonic.
what happened in the movie Sonic. So what happened? I'm joking.
Yeah, I was about to get you the fuck out of here.
Yeah, don't forget that. Never forget that Sonic is black. Yep.
Yo, you seen that shit, right? Yo, I seen that. Yo, oh man, I'm done. It's a fucking meme where basically they're showing Sonic crushing dang, what's the movie? I think it was Ambulance, as a matter of fact. Like him at a grave site. You see like the Sonic head.
Oh yeah, with Morbius. Yeah.
Morbius. There you go.
Yeah.
I wanted to see that shit too, but I haven't been hearing a lot of good stuff about Morbius. I heard Morbius was mad.
The thing about it is not everything is meant for the big screen. Some stuff is just better off as a show, But Hollywood,
like a Netflix series or some shit.
Right, but Hollywood being Hollywood, they want everything to make that MCU money, and not everything can be that. I've said this for years, and I will continue to say it. Fantastic Four will never work as a movie, ever, but it would be a great show.
Fantastic Four itself is just whack. I never really. We all love Benjamin Grimm or the Human Torch. Other than that, we didn't give no fuck about no Sue and Reed Richards.
The Thing.
That's only motherfuckers we fucked with. Thing and Human Torch.
X-Men can have good movies, but honestly, it would also be better as a show. But
listen, I like X-Men. I think what was that one with the chick from Game of Thrones? What was that fucking one?
The dragon chick.
Yeah, Dark Phoenix. Dark Phoenix. There we go. That's the one. Dark Phoenix was a good movie. I don't care what anybody says. The fact that they had somebody on a train with a 50 cal machine gun just dumping bullets on that motherfucking. I was like, hell yeah, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. Best part of the movie.
Yeah.
The movie was not because of one scene though.
What hurt the movie was it was irrelevant because they released it after it already been confirmed that they were going to be absorbed into Marvel, so people just didn't bother watching it because it's like,
but it's still a good movie.
Yeah, it wasn't attacking the movie,
Yeah. I like The Thing. Yeah, that's what Linda calls it when we have sex. She's like, whip out the thing.
I'm surprised if it came out with that movie. With Benjamin Grimm.
Yeah.
The Thing. Because he came out with the Thing movie, but it wasn't based.
You know why? Because there's already been 2 movies called The Thing, and they were both horror and great films.
It was a different. That's why I say like it should be named Benjamin Grimm or something.
By the way, I'm still waiting for them to make another one because those 2 movies were really good. I think the second one
was good. I heard the Thing was crazy.
The new one and the old one, even though the new one's the prequel to the old one, but like I love.
Oh, I thought it was a remake.
No, look, did you watched the new one, right?
No, I heard of it. I never watched it though.
No, okay, then go watch it. It's a prequel. Because
Yeah, a lot of people.
I don't want to tell you too much, but it does. You do see the scene from the beginning of the old one from the 1987. You see the John Carpenter one, kind of like how it segues into it.
And yeah, Michael Bay did do Pearl Harbor. Probably
Hell
overthinking.
yeah,
Yeah, he
Michael Bay
did Pearl Harbor
did a
also.
good job with that whole bombing scene when they were
Yeah,
kicking their
that was
ass
like
for a
the best
second.
part of the whole movie. That movie was trash.
Yeah, a lot of people need to be ready for a lot of woke shit. MCU's always been woke, but just like they were subtle with it, but they're not going to be hiding it in the next phase. There's a lot of shit that's going to be popping off soon. A lot of people don't know. Like they've already it's basically unofficially confirmed. We're waiting for the official confirmation, but if you trace the sources, it all adds up. The current rumors that they're going to change Magneto's race. They're not. He's not going to be a Jew. They're going to make Magneto black, which would completely change the character. They're also going to. What I'm really worried about is they're going to make Blade Muslim, which is like why?
Don't make me mute your mic. I will mute you right now. Don't
Why?
do that. Blade a Muslim?
Yeah, that's the rumor. But that's not the most concerning part. The most concerning part,
wait,
you
hold
can
on.
actually.
Would it be that dude that played in Luke Cage? What's his name? Cottonmouth?
No, it's Mahershala Ali.
Mahershala Ali. He's supposed to be the Muslim Blade.
Right,
I
but
mean,
it gets worse. It gets worse. That's not just the other thing. If you actually look it up now, to me, this is the big concern, and I guess it's so far off that no one's looking at it. The big concern is that right now it's PG-13. You can't do Blade PG-13.
Oh god,
that's like Deadpool being PG-13. Deadpool
I don't
works
know
because he's Deadpool. Imagine if you did Deadpool PG-13. It would have
You know
worked.
what? Hold on, wait. Here's the thing, though, because what was the last Blade? A Blade 1. Blade didn't really have gore in it. The second one had more gore, and people.
Blade always had gore. What are you talking about? All his
not like it did have gore. Like
yeah,
all right, that one
did.
scene. Remember that in the
It
first
did.
one. Remember
I
that
mean,
one
look at Dracula.
Hold on, wait. Remember that the one scene in the first Blade when the dude Frost bit the cop's neck. That was like the most gore maybe like in the whole movie.
Nah, bro.
But look at Blade Trinity.
The vampires, they was exploding.
In Blade Trinity. Well, I'm saying like in Blade Trinity, you had his toughest opponent, which was Dracula. He didn't really do a lot of gory shit for somebody who's the most powerful vampire out of all of them.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Blade Trinity, oddly enough, was probably like that. It was rated R, but you could have made Trinity PG-13. But if you haven't seen the first Blade in a long time, go back and watch the first Blade, bro. That shit was graphic as fuck. You forgot the scene where the vampires kidnapped the older vampire, remember? And they had him in the sun and they watched them burn and it was all graphic. Remember the big fat overweight?
They used to like, matter of fact, that time he didn't melt. He didn't
right.
melt. Yeah.
And then they also had remember the overweight obese vampire and the chick that was
I really think
and it was burning the bitch, yeah.
I really only think that the second Blade was rated R because Wesley Snipes says, "Y'all don't know who the fuck y'all fucking with." In that one scene where he lit the whole shit up.
Oh, that was on the second one. Yo, I love Blade 2. Blade 2, a lot of people didn't like Blade 2.
Yeah.
I love Blade 2.
Yo, Blade 2, that dude, Blade had got a popping in that shit.
Yeah,
especially when he was in the sewer. What?
Yeah, Blade 2 had a killer soundtrack too. I think Blade 2 is like one of the most underrated comic book movies like ever. It doesn't get
Trinity had a good soundtrack too, because Wu-Tang Clan got RZA on that theme song.
Yep.
Fucking but
Blade
that's
Trinity was
interesting
really good.
though. Like the reason why I would say that I was in a mutual mic about them saying that Blade is going to be a Muslim because him basically being a blood sucking vampire because he's still a vampire.
As long as he's from New York.
That wouldn't that be a little contradictory to his religion?
Well, that's the rumor. This was like the rumor, like right before COVID. Those were the two big. Actually, it was three big rumors. The first one ended up happening was that they were going to do a live action into the Spideyverse, which ended up being, No Way Home. And then the other two rumors was that Blade was going to be Muslim and it's going to be PG-13. And the third one was that they were going to make Magneto from the X-Men black, and they were going to completely change his backstory, which you have to, because Magneto was a Jew, right? And he was in the Holocaust, right? So you can't have a black. I mean, I guess you could have a black Jew in the Holocaust, but that'd just be really weird. I don't know.
That'll be groundbreaking. And you're gonna get a lot of
like
protests. Gotta get a lot of protests. A black Jew as Magneto.
As long as Blade is from New York, I mean, as long as they can make that work, I don't care. As long as he's from New York.
Make Magneto from Brooklyn.
Well, I'm talking about Blade should be from New York. Magneto can be from Brooklyn or Queens or something.
They should make Blade Jewish because I know a lot of blood-sucking Jews. Yeah,
that's what West.
I know you know a lot of them, Vince.
Yeah,
man, but I'm still a little psyched to see this dude. What's his name? Mashali Ali.
Mahershala, man, he's been in a lot of great things. You ever seen the Green Book? He was good in the Green Book.
He was.
He's a good actor. But
what happened?
All this time he's been training in different arts of karate and shit. Like
what happened
I don't want to see him on some Batman shit and just going around just punching people.
He was
fuck somebody up.
He was Cottonmouth and Luke Cage and they'll never admit it. But
that's what I'm saying. He was Cottonmouth. Like
yeah. What happened in Luke Cage was when you write a script. There's writing a script, and then there's how it comes off on TV. When they wrote the script, they had Cottonmouth as a supporting villain that would set up the actual villain. But then when the actual show started filming, like his acting was like
it was too damn really good.
It was too good. It was to the point
where people wanted more of him than Luke Cage, and then they had to kill him off. Like, all right, kick him to the curb so we can get. And the dude that took after him, he wasn't a bad actor either. If you ever seen Boardwalk Empire, the dude who took after him, he was really good.
Not even him. What's that chick name? That was the Miss Harlem.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, she was.
Alfred Woodard. Alfred Woodard did a great job.
Right.
I kind of hated her character.
That was one of her best roles. A lot of people wouldn't want to admit that because it's not a movie; it's a Netflix series. But
who could ever forget her? Who could ever forget her in that movie with Ving Rhames? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I call that.
Oh God!
I call that the Johnny Depp effect. I don't know if y'all ever saw any of the Pirates movies. Jack Sparrow was supposed to be a supporting character, but Johnny Depp was so good that he made it his own movie. So
you trying to compare that to Holiday Heart?
Huh?
No, what I'm saying.
I thought you said his role so good.
I was talking about. I was talking about the other
dude. His role so good in Holiday Heart.
I've never watched Holiday Heart. I'm too scared to watch that shit.
Yo, go watch it.
Nah,
go watch that shit.
I ain't allowed. It's actually a good movie. It's just that you gotta get by this dude Ving Rhames dressed in drag. but other than that, it's actually a really good movie.
That Ving Rhames surprised me in that role. I swear to God.
All drag aside, the movie was really good. He did a good job too.
Yeah, y'all remember what was the wrestler that wore it? Oh man, there was a story. This was back when Vince had fucking balls. What was the wrestler on SmackDown that dressed in drag? What was his name? Vito?
Vito, my man.
He just looked stank. Vito.
Yeah, he did it on purpose. He wanted to prove.
Vince, what the fuck was that about?
No, I think that was. No. That was
having Vito wrapping his dress over.
No, that was. I think that was all Vito right there, if I'm not mistaken. I think there was a thing about him where he said he can go out there and put a dress on and still look more manlier than.
Yeah, it was storyline. Yeah,
it was some shit that I think Vito was he was the one who came up with the idea. He was like, because he wanted to.
I've been saying for years, man. Fucking look, I love the Attitude Era as much as the next guy, but Ruthless Aggression gets slept on for just how fucking it was crazier. It was like fucking Tori Wilson's dad was fucked to death. That was a legit story.
Remember
That
that
was
shit,
legit.
right? Yo, Vince, talk to us. First of all, explain the whole Vito storyline, Vince. What the fuck?
I got a bad batch of Coke that week. I remember Beaver went out for like a salami sandwich and got me a line of Coke. And I think it was Ajax mixed in the Coke. I was fucked up. Yeah. But no, Tori Wilson.
That's the first
she
thing
was
you thought
hot.
of?
Yeah, I
You
don't fucking
see
know.
Vito in a dress? That's the first thing you think of when you're on Coke? Vito
I wanted to see what Beef looked like in a dress, you know? Yeah.
The one I always remember, I don't know what show this was. I think Kurt Angle was hurt. So he was like the GM for a bit. And it was like they were like on a balcony. It was Kurt, Tori, and Big Show.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. That was actually good TV. I thought Big Show really killed that dude.
Yeah.
Because I was younger at that time.
He had the blood coming out of his head.
I thought I was like, yo, Big Show, wild the fuck out. This dude was laid out like Peter Griffin from Family Guy.
Yeah, his leg was all twisted up.
And then the one that always got me. And then the one that always got me was the one where Brock was killing Zach Gallen in front of Zach's mom.
Yeah.
Well, that really happened.
Threw him down the stairs in a wheelchair. That was crazy.
You can't. I don't think there's any school in the world that can teach you how to go down a flight of stairs in a wheelchair. Thrown by Brock Lesnar.
Was a trooper for taking that. That was like the ultimate bump.
Yeah, SmackDown 03 was fucking crazy. Like the shit that happened on that. The only thing in the Attitude Era that even comes close was fucking Boss Man killing Al Snow's dog Pepper and forcing him to eat him.
Yeah, that was great.
Keep on eating. He's like, you like that pepper steak?
Yeah. I fucked up with Zach Gowen. I should have had him in the Royal Rumble. He would have won.
I think the last time, like the last time WWE had a story that was like that over the top, like the actual reveal was shocking, but they went nowhere with it. Was when Lashley made out with Lana. That was.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, yo. I lost mad respect for Rusev because Rusev was just standing there like, oh. I'm like, yo, my dude, this dude is tongue kissing your wife. Go run over there and go do something. He just looked like a fucking mongoloid just standing there watching that shit.
Nah, bro, you gotta wait.
What was great was you could see Randy was trying to.
He was looking worse than Will Smith.
Randy and Corbin were on the gorilla, and Randy was trying to stay in character. And like when the camera moved, he laughed his ass off.
Yeah, Randy's an asshole.
Make sure I'm gonna let y'all know. Make sure y'all throw them thumbs up. You already know, B. Throw them thumbs up. It's only free. That's all I ask for y'all.
Yeah.
Just throw them thumbs up, B. My boy Kang. Throw a thumb up for my boy Kang.
What's the deal? My bad. Bad reception over here.
Yo, we was actually when you had checked out for, I guess get yourself a quick little snack. We was talking about this dude Toph saying that upcoming Blade might be Muslim.
What? Oh, who's coming back?
Blade. He's supposed to be Muslim.
Blade.
Oh shit! He don't know who Blade is.
Do you know who Blade is?
Blade who?
Yeah.
Blade. Oh God, forget it.
Blade Brown?
Blade Brown, right?
Blade Brown from Class Act?
Oh,
Blade. Wesley Snipes. Yeah.
Nah, you don't believe that. No, he's talking about Blade from the Global Gym Purple Cobras.
That's a good troll move. I like that. That's a good troll.
I want to see Demolition Man too. That's what I want to see. Yeah.
Oh God, I wouldn't mind saying that shit either.
The return of Simon Phoenix.
The return of the Whopper because Burger King beats Taco Bell. Yeah.
Instead of fucking Demolition Man, call that shit Disorderly Man.
Hey man, give me any excuse to look at as long as Sandra Bullock and her fine ass comes back, I'm good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sandra Bullock was a bad bitch. I don't know about now.
Oh, she still is. She still looks good.
Wesley.
She still look the same.
You know,
Still
yeah.
is.
Yeah, you know what's sad? What's sad is
Yo, you see the
Sandra.
comment? Yo, you see the comment? Blood
Man,
pie.
I don't trust the Blade movie these days though.
Yeah.
They gotta put Snipes in there. It ain't gonna work without Snipes.
Nah,
Nah,
it's gonna be
Mahershala Ali
this
got the
dude.
look.
You know that dude from? You ever see Luke Cage?
Yeah.
This dude Cottonmouth. He's supposed to be the new Blade.
I don't know, man. It's just it ain't the same without Wesley to me.
Well, Wesley's like 60 years old. Like he got to pass a sword
Don't
sometime.
matter, man. They could go in and use that
See-
technology to get his swag back. They did it on
Nah.
Halloween Kills.
See,
They brought
see-
old man Donald Roseville back.
With
See-
Mahershala Ali, it'd be one thing if it went to anybody, and I'd be like, "See, it ain't gonna work." But it went to Mahershala Ali. He's got the perfect look. He's got the perfect, stature to be Blade, and he's got the training down. From what I could see, he's got this. Trust me. And then it's not like it's Wolverine.
Either
Like
Mahershala
how you gonna
Ali
recast
or this
Wolverine?
dude. I always said Michael John White could have been a perfect Blade.
Yeah, big ups to Ja. That dude is a beast. He's still. I think he's got to be like 50, but he still looks like he's in great shape.
Who? Oh, Michael J. White.
Michael J. White. Yeah.
Like I always said, he could have been a perfect Blade.
Yeah.
We mentioned Sandra Bullock earlier. You know what's sad about Sandra Bullock is she would have been the perfect Lois Lane, but she got her peak when Superman was dead. So
Michael J. White could have been a great Green Lantern.
He could still be a Green Lantern, technically.
Yeah, because anybody can be Green Lantern. To tell you the truth, Green Lantern is
They need to
like
do
they got
something
all
like,
different
But we need Michael J. White to do it because it's Michael J. White.
shit.
Nah. He got enough. He get enough attention as it is. We don't need him no more.
Well, that's why I guess that's why they got this dude, Mashallah White.
Well,
Mashallah
that's why.
Ali. What the fuck's the
That's
name
why.
of?
That's why
Mahershala.
MCU. That's why MCU is very similar, and this might trigger some people. MCU is very similar to WWE because, like WWE, they just have to put their own spin on it, even if what worked before was fine.
Yeah, that's Hollywood. Period. How much times Hollywood done had to put their own sauce on something that's already good as is? Plain and simple, like Resident Evil. They had to put their own spin on it. No, damn well, Resident Evil is good as it is. But that's neither here nor there.
I mean,
I'll tell you who I feel sorry for. Who I feel sorry for the most is because I've heard other than Magneto being black, I've heard nothing on the X-Men, and all I know is I feel sorry for whatever poor bastard is going to play Wolverine. That's the unluckiest dude in the world right now.
Jackman ain't playing no more.
No.
Oh, he's
Well,
done.
no, actually, he might come back for one more. He did say he's been trying to do an MCU movie as Wolverine, and they're teasing an actual one-off movie, but they still want to recast him.
And that's the thing, though. You got to remember also, Hugh Jackman could play Wolverine forever because there's different versions of Wolverine.
Yeah, but he's saying he's getting to the age where it's tough to keep up with the shape of Wolverine.
Yeah, he's got he had a bout with skin cancer as well.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that.
The reason why Wolverine is a scary role to play, you don't think about it until you actually think about it. Like Bruce Wayne, Peter Parker, Joker, all very intimidating roles. But the advantage is that many people have played them. So if you're some new actor and it's like, oh hey, you get to play Bruce,
fill in them shoes, Hugh Jackman
right.
shoes. Like
Yeah,
how
he's
long
the
Hugh
only
Jackman's
one
been Wolverine?
Since 1999.
Jesus Christ!
It's just been him. No one else has played Wolverine. So if you're trying to play Bruce or Peter Parker or Joker, you at least have decades of other material to look at, take inspiration from. But for Wolverine, it's just him. It's just Hugh Jackman. There's no one else, unless you want to count the cartoon, the comic books. and some people won't count that. So you're going to be compared to Hugh Jackman. So,
but they can find somebody though that's legitimate enough. It can happen.
Yeah, I mean, like
he could have had Benoit, but he fucked it up. He's a Wolverine.
Yeah. I really thought Benoit could have been Wolverine, honestly. If they were going to get somebody. Honestly, there was a point in time in life where I thought Benoit would have had it.
How petty Vince would have been. Vince is so damn petty, he'll have Benoit do a Wolverine in WWF films.
Yo, I wouldn't be surprised if we do that shit. If we did that
honestly,
shit. I wouldn't be surprised.
Somebody needs to Photoshop of Wolverine's blue and yellow costume and put it on Chris Benoit. See how that shit looks.
That's what he called the Rabbit Wolverine because everybody was saying that shit. That
I'll tell y'all this, man. In fucking 2000, 2001, China would have been a great Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely agree.
She had like a 6-inch clit too. Yeah.
I tell you what, imagine Chris Benoit got the crossface with the damn the fangs coming out of his fucking hands on somebody. That'd be fucking epic.
Yeah.
And good luck fucking living for the rest of your life.
Like, look at that knife edge shop. You get that knife edge shop. You know what I mean? To basically symbolize the claw slash.
I mean, some people suspected Tom Hardy to be Wolverine. I mean, I don't know about that.
Yo, come to think of it, if he wasn't already Venom, that probably would have worked.
I just need for
Tom Hardy get more scruffy because Tom Hardy's a good actor.
I just need for people to stop giving old boy a pass. The dude that was in Morbius,
Mr. Leto.
Jared Leto, right.
What about him?
Everybody gave him a pass of Joker. Everybody. And then,
well, hold on. They gave him a pass with Joker because of the Snyder cut.
That's fine. That's fair.
There's no Joker slander on this show.
Right, but on Morbius, he sucks on that too. I just think that for whatever reason, he's just not a good actor. But for whatever reason, he just has this fan
He's a good actor. Have you seen Blade Runner? Have you seen Blade Runner 2049?
No, I'm not into that stuff.
But he was in it though, and he did a good job for the little screen time that he had.
I'll take your word for it. I just think that comic book stuff isn't for him. Jared Leto.
What's this one? I didn't even know about him being a pedophile.
All I know is this comic book stuff does not work for him. He should just leave comic book movies alone. Maybe he's
a good actor.
Hold on, wait. Did y'all know about that?
Yeah.
Jared Leto, is that a fact? Him being
I don't know if that'd be I doubt it. I don't know. If it was a fact or something to be rumored about, he wouldn't be doing Morbius.
I know Carmelo's a pedophile. Or was.
I'm about to look that up. Go ahead, continue talking.
If he was a pedo, Morbius would have got canceled and then it would have got shot.
I'm gonna do my homework. Go ahead. I'm gonna see what's up.
I found out by accident once that.
What about that new Fast and Furious? Did y'all hear who the bad guy who they casted for the new Fast and Furious?
What they put Mel Gibson?
They should, if they put Mel Gibson, that would be a great fucking addition. But they put in Jason Momoa. He might be casted as the villain.
Man, they should have
in the next one. And they got Brie, and I think they also got Brie Larson to be casted in Fast and Furious as well.
What's going on with Lethal Weapon? I heard Lethal Weapon 5 coming out. Lethal Weapon. Yeah.
Well, the funny thing about that you mentioned Lethal Weapon, they were supposed to come out with a Lethal Weapon a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But it got turned down because of the show when then the show came out.
I'm still waiting for Rush Hour 4. That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are actually doing that. I can't wait either. They're doing that.
Yeah, they should have.
Oh yeah, Maverick.
They should have canceled the Fast and Furious. Like that shit's already forth.
Oh, they gotta come out with Fast and 25 collecting Social Security. Yeah.
No, I don't mind Fast and Furious. To me, yes, it started with racing, but it was never just about racing. It was always about the people in the characters, what they were doing. If it was just about racing, you didn't need Vin Diesel. Then after that, you didn't need Paul Walker. You didn't need any of them. You could have just started number. You could have made a whole other Fast and Furious movie with a whole brand new cast and called it Fast and Furious.
What happened was it was a racing franchise, and then when The Rock came in, they decided that they were going to basically be poor man's Mission Impossible, and it worked for a time, and until it didn't. They've just run out of creative juice.
What do you mean? Since The Rock came in, they weren't. They barely raced in the second movie. They did like 1 or 2 races in the beginning, and then they were like, "Time to go take down Carter Verone or whatever."
Everything in the early movies revolved around racing, and didn't until it wasn't because of The Rock.
Yeah.
You know,
because they got to a point. It's like, what more can they race for?
So they just right. That's what I'm saying. So they decided to go in a Mission Impossible like direction when The Rock came in, and it worked until it didn't. Now it doesn't work.
They were already doing Mission Impossible missions without The Rock.
Yeah, but it's not at the level where they were fighting like international terrorists and drug lords and stuff.
Well, it's got to get there eventually. That's what I'm saying. Like it's never been about. To me, Fast and Furious has never been strictly about racing because people want to go back to the first 3, and I'm like, yeah, it's a big part of their life, but it's the early part of their life. It's how they start and how they got their criminal activity records and all that shit.
There's a lot of salt from like all sides, and I get it. Like what's the chick's name? The one that plays Letty.
Mia Sexy Rodriguez.
She was salty. She was salty because the Fast.
Oh, not Mia. I said Mia. Michelle.
Yeah, Michelle. She was salty because Fast 5 had generated more money than any other movie, and she wasn't in it. So that hurt her feelings.
No, she wasn't getting much screen time. Is what she was upset about. She wasn't. Her female cast in that whole franchise weren't getting enough due. Like you got Jordana Brewster there as the sister of Dom, but she's not doing a whole lot of screen time. Paul Walker is, but everybody else is all these dudes. You got to factor in too that Fast and Furious is known for having all these steroided up motherfuckers in one movie, kind of like Expendables, and then all of a sudden, you got all these women here who are supposed to be a part of the team, but they're just background characters. Is like even Tyrese and Ludacris got.
Yeah, and the reason that was because the reason they did that was because that was a subliminal message that they were trying to say that dudes see cars the same they see girls, hot background shit. That's why you would always see the attractive girls.
Yeah, but that's the thing about
wait, hold on, slow down, y'all. Like I'm seeing some bits and pieces of homework popping up about this dude Jared Leto being a pedo.
Make sure it's good sources and that's some bullshit source.
And a lot of celebrities are pedophiles, man. You only hear about some of them because the media wants you to know who is and who isn't. Like fucking Karl Malone, he's a pedophile.
Diamond Cutter, Mr. Perfect. Yeah.
Many have argued LT is a pedophile.
LT was a coke addict.
And a pedo.
Well,
I'll tell you the biggest pedophile case. I'll tell you the biggest pedophile case, and it wasn't on the news. It totally got brushed under the rug. The fucking white dude from Nickelodeon. The dude who did all that. Good Burger. That fat ass motherfucker.
Oh. We spoke about that on the Honey Friday show.
Wait, what? Yeah. The Good Burger? We talking about Kenan Thompson?
Yeah, man, we spoke about that on the Honey Friday show. We spoke about that.
You know him, Snuggles. Snuggles, you remember the dude from All That? Remember
Dan
he
Schneider.
Was white.
Well, him.
Yeah.
That's his name, Dan Schneider. Okay.
Oh, the dude who produced this, or directs this, or whatever the fuck, right?
Yeah, but he would be in the background.
Manager of Good Burger. Yeah, that fat white dude.
Yeah, he's the reason why.
The manager.
The manager of Good Burger.
He's the reason what's her name went crazy, Amanda Bynes.
Yeah, exactly.
He made her go crazy.
That fat manager dude from Good Burger is Dan Snyder.
There's a YouTube video. As a matter of fact, you can look at that right now. There's a YouTube video. It's creepy as fuck. There is
just a random ass dude in the show in the movie getting paid.
Listen. There is a YouTube video that you can find. Put in Dan Snyder foot jokes because he was a producer director for Nickelodeon shows, right? It's like a 10-minute video of all these underage girls doing foot stuff like in his shows from like the 90s, the late 90s, the early 2000s, the mid 2000s. It's just like it's got like iCarly, fucking all that. It's just you have to watch it. It's just a 10-minute clip of all these 15, 16-year-old girls doing weird stuff with their feet on the shows that he directed because he's got a fucking foot fetish.
Shit. Hey, there's a guy from Blue's Clues. Did he fuck that dog?
I tell you what, though, nobody's going through it right now like Ezra Miller.
No, that dude's
Look
crazy.
at that comment right there. Didn't a lot of Disney executives get blasted for pedo shit? That's why a lot of them Disney stars don't be the same. They all them be losing their fucking mind when they get older.
Yep. And I think what Nickelodeon did was there was an investigation. There was never anything like official, but this was right when like all the other shit was happening. This was during the R. Kelly stuff. This was doing the Bill Cosby stuff. The Harvey Weinstein dude. This was like a couple of years ago. Nickelodeon did a private investigation of it, and all they did was they quietly. I think he had a contract for Nickelodeon for X amount of years. They let it expire. And they paid him on the way out, so it was very quiet. It was exactly. It was an under the table kind of thing, and the news stations didn't pick it up at all. But they were picking up, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, and a bunch of the other stuff. But there's a lot of pedophiles in Hollywood, man. It's just
probably overthinking. Are you sure you're not overthinking? Probably overthinking because these comments is crazy. Like opening up the floodgates.
Yeah.
I didn't know this. Like, damn.
Corey Feldman wanted to unleash the Hollywood pedophile ring. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he definitely did. I remember that shit.
Yeah.
That's why
today.
I mean, like Corey Feldman thing is like I believe his story, but I think nobody wants to hear his bullshit because of that performance he did on that fucking Today Show where he was singing. Who told him he could make music?
That's why I talk about this with Nate, and I joke around a lot, and I've mentioned it before. Listen, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, and I acknowledge that COVID, is a real thing. But I thought it was suspicious as fuck that the very last a public big event on American television before the shutdown was the Oscars or whatever fucking award show it was, where Ricky Gervais was on there, the UK dude, where he exposed the Hollywood for all the fucking pedophiles and the predators. Remember, he was on the stage and he was calling all of them out.
That's coincidence.
I want to say it's coincidence, but I thought that was a little too
because suspect. Of COVID.
I just think it's weird that this dude is on national television and he's calling out Hollywood for fucking.
And then COVID happens.
Like literally the very next week, it's like, oh, we're gonna shut everything down. It's like, man, I don't know, man. That's fishy.
I think that's a little bit of a reach. That may be a little bit of a reach.
Oh, you don't think it was a reach that Tom Hanks looked uncomfortable as fuck and disappeared from
talking about a natural disaster or not a natural disaster. I mean like an actual pandemic compared because a few hundred people got exposed for being pedos. It's like if that was the case, everybody would have got exposed at that moment.
You remember when Tom Hanks got COVID? He was typing on that typewriter. It was a Corona typewriter. Come on. Bullshit.
Tom Hanks, and I used to fuck with Tom Hanks heavy, but coming to figure out he's a piece of shit too.
Oh, I love Bachelor Party.
You hate Tom Hanks now?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, he left the country because he almost got outed on being a pedophile.
Exactly.
That was why Ricky called him out. That was what made Ricky speak so good because he was exposing a pedophile, and you could tell from the audience like who was innocent and who was like super uncomfortable. He was super uncomfortable. He's been gone from public light ever since.
He's been gone.
Yeah.
He's gone. He's still in Europe, right?
Tom Hanks just had a movie. He just had a movie come out, and plus he's been working on
it. You think Hollywood cares about that? As a fucking white. His name that's Tom Hanks.
You just said that Tom Hanks hasn't been in the public eye, and I just said that he has 2 movies coming, or he had 1 movie come out earlier, and he has a new movie coming out in a couple of months about Elvis Presley.
Let me read this shit this man's talking about. Let's see.
Pat Patterson was a pedophile. He loved kids.
He was like.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised Dark Side of the Ring never did an episode on the Young Boy scandal.
I'm surprised Dark Side of the Ring never did an episode on Pat Patterson.
That's
what they need to do.
Once I'm in the box and in the ground, there will be an episode.
Like I see it too. I'm on Google right now.
Episode is gonna be that's gonna be must see. A Dark Side of the Ring Vince McMahon episode.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm on Google right now. I'm seeing some stuff about Jared Leto too. Yeah, I'm sure it is. I don't doubt the stories. It's just one of those things where Hollywood picks and chooses who they want to go after, and not to get off topic. Right. That's why I don't like cancel culture, because cancel culture is not about canceling someone that did something bad. It's basically about, we're going to cancel this one person who did a bad thing, but then we're going to ignore this other person who also did it just because. Like fucking what's his name?
Well, for a minute though, they were doing it whenever somebody will like do something really like prominent in a moment, and then they'll be like, "Oh, now here's all this shit coming out about you now." Like that World Series. Remember they're doing the World Series when I forgot what team won the World Series, and as soon as the dude won MVP for his team, they're like, "Hey, didn't you say this shit when you were in high school?" Bam.
Yeah. Now I'm not defending this guy because I don't know if he did it or if he didn't do it, but he's a great actor and I've always loved his work. But a good example of this is the James Franco guy, because there's been a lot of allegations against him. But as far as I can see, he's been accused of taking advantage of girls. But see, the thing about it is, in his allegations, there was never any actual concrete evidence, proof. Like there's no proof. It's just all hearsay. But the media has been going after him for like the past 2-3 years. That's why he's basically just been MIA lately. But then you can find other celebrities where you like right here, I'm looking through Jared Leto stuff, and this stuff I'm looking through, there's way more stuff here.
Yeah, that's while y'all was talking, I was looking through like different sites, and when it comes to what's that shit that you call it when you go to forums, shit like that. I'm like, yo, what in the easy? I never knew that about Jared Leto, and I fucked with Jared Leto, and it's like, come on, I don't understand these motherfuckers. Like, you got all this paper, you got all this bread. Why prey on little kids? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand that shit. Y'all motherfuckers don't like. I don't understand that. But then we probably may be the same ones to get mad at somebody for doing that to their kid.
Okay, here's an article right here. It's very brief. I'll read it. This is a reference to what Overthinking was saying in the comments. This is an article from 2018. So put your mind in 2018. Very brief. I'll read this out right quick. It says, with the string of accusations of sexual misconduct in Hollywood calming down a bit in recent months, it seems as though they were done. With the likes of Harvey Weinstein, Louis C.K., Kevin Spacey, Brett Rayner, we now have someone else join, Jared Leto. It started with this tweet from actor Dylan Sprouse, the kid from Big Daddy. Yo, Jared Leto, now that you've slid into the DMs of every female model aged 18 or younger, what would you say your success rate is? And then James Gunn, it escalated when Guardians of the Galaxy director James Gunn tweeted the following: he starts at 18 and works his way down. So apparently James Gunn knows something that we don't know. Now, James Gunn is the director of the Suicide Squad, the good one, the director of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, and he was also the director of Peacemaker with John Cena. So James Gunn, he retweeted the tweet from this guy who was calling out Jared Leto for messaging underage models on Instagram, like 17, 18, and that kind of thing. So James Gunn's retweeting this. So the fact that James Gunn retweeted this tells me that he knows something that we clearly don't. So to me, this is way more serious than any of the stuff I just mentioned for the other guy, the guy from Spider-Man.
Especially if it's bullshit, James Gunn is not going to put his whole career and reputation on the line if it's a lie.
Yeah.
You see Billy Gunn? He's jacked. Billy Gunn. Yeah.
Wow. But anyways, we got like 5 more minutes left. I guess we can start wrapping up a little bit by talking about a little bit more of some wrestling. All right, for instance.
What if tomorrow What if I showed up at Slamboree and kicked the shit out of Eric Bischoff? Yeah.
I think Bischoff would have beat the shit out of you because
Fuck
he
that.
actually.
No, I would have had Briscoe and Paxton.
Because don't get it fucked up. You know, I mean, you definitely had the grapefruits. You didn't give a fuck, but this dude, Russo, not Russo. I'm sorry about that. Easy Eric Bischoff was a trained fighter. Like
Fuck
he
him.
actually trained for ninjutsu.
Fuck him. Karate man. The dude couldn't get a green belt at the YMCA. That's what he said about Sean and his super kick. Nobody fucks him. HBK, my boy toy. Yeah.
And that should have happened. It really should have. They should have had some shit little similar to like a ECW one night stand.
I had to go to my daughter's graduation at college. I couldn't go.
Well, after reading what I just read, apparently all these Jared Leto things is just accusations.
Yeah.
Nothing's been proven true. It's all from unverified sources.
Okay, all right. But why would James Gunn even basically vouch for the same thing?
It says right here with the tweet, it says, yo, now that you slid into the DM of every female model age 18 to 25, what would you say your success rate is? And James Gunn replied, he starts at 18 on the internet with a question mark.
This James Gunn guy better watch out. He might be taken out like I took out Ben. I mean, I took out nobody. Forget it.
And that's what it says, so? Are you still looking at that tweet or those tweets?
I can pull it up again.
Is that what he told James Gunn?
I like that song. She's only 17. 17. Yeah.
Well, man. Hey, remember that song from KRS-One, 13 and Good?
Shout outs to Vicky Guerrero. Vicky on Chris Van Vliet talking about she thinks that Benoit should be in the Hall of Fame.
Fuck that. Hey, did you see that? Did you see that guy doing an impersonation of Jesse Ventura? That was awesome.
Yeah.
Fuck Chris Benoit. I'll always smoke on the Benoit pack. All day, every day. And New Jack.
Oh, that's why James Gunn made that tweet. Okay, so it says here that James Gunn made the tweet. Jared Leto starts, or he's at 18. He starts at 18. Apparently, he took the tweet down because I guess he used to make jokes on Twitter about like pedophilic jokes, and they resurfaced.
Jokes are that?
Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, have you ever listened to a roast? A Comedy Central roast? There's been pedophile jokes on there.
It has, but come on, really?
And it's just like, I guess he was making a joke with Jared Leto, like he was joking with him, like, oh, he starts at 18, but because everybody took it the wrong way, he had to take it down because people took his joke the wrong way. They thought he was serious. So that's why James Gunn took his tweet down.
To bring it back to wrestling, all I gotta say is that I don't know, man. People today, they just, I mean, look, we all bullshit and say stuff.
Yeah, we all joke around, but come on.
People today just say like just really dumb shit, like to bring it back to wrestling. That time when Sammy Guevara was on that show.
Yeah, I would rape Sasha Banks. Come on.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
Like we've all seen a cute chick before where we're like, damn,
yeah, like
hot,
my dude.
like rape.
Relax.
Speaking of Sammy, shout outs to the fans for booing him and Tay Conti. It's blowing up back in his face.
That's probably the best looking chick he ever got. If we saying shit about Sasha Banks like that. Fucking Ty Conti's probably the best looking chick he ever got.
They took the booze out.
And why are they even trying to make them face? Just turn them into heels. As you can see, people want to boo them.
Yeah.
Make them be fucking heels. It's not like this dude is down with. This ain't no inner circle anymore. Like, why they still got him as a fucking face?
I don't know.
Turn
I
him
want
into
to see
a
their
heel.
sex tape.
You
I
know,
want
one
to
of
see
the
her in the
disadvantages.
sex tape.
You know, one of the disadvantages of being older is that when you get older, you see the same shit happen. I can tell you, within the next 2 years, Sammy and Tay Conti, they're gonna be Undertaker and Sarah. Taker have that Sarah
Stop that
tattoo.
right now.
Yo,
That's not even.
Don't get a
know.
tattoo.
You can't even put Sammy Guevara in the same sentence, or even in
Bro,
the same thought.
Taker tattooed a girl's name on his chest. How did
I
that
had to
fucking
get it
work out?
removed. No, on
On
his
his
Spoiler
neck.
neck.
On
It
his
worked
neck.
out.
On his neck.
On his
Not
neck.
his
First
chest.
of all,
That was
it got summoned there, and second of all, that's okay because it got covered up anyway.
Bum the Taker is a simp.
It's not a bum, and even then, he was able to cover it. And on top of that, how many of y'all gonna get a tattoo on your neck like that?
I'm not getting a tattoo of any woman
I
on
don't
my
even have
body.
no
Period.
tattoos, period. Like we
Any
Exactly.
dude
I
that
mean,
does
he
dude
did it.
that does that
and that
is a
wasn't his
fucking
first
moron.
tattoo.
He's real. I could, you know, what? I didn't even mention this today. I was able to convert about a group of atheists to believe in God. You know that, right?
What?
You want to know how I did that?
Oh.
I told them a couple reasons. One of those reasons, the first reason was
Whoa. I don't know where you're going with this because we're not going to talk about religion on this show.
no, I was gonna say because the Undertaker's real, and if they watched wrestling, they would have known that God is real. So then, because Undertaker's there, he exists.
Yeah.
You
And
know
they were
what they
like,
should do though? Like they should have this dude Bum the Taker as the leader of that new ministry that Edge is pulling together.
no,
Why not? Might as fucking
No.
well. Like
no. Undertaker, first of all, he works better alone. He doesn't need partners, right?
he should be the Godfather. Bum the Taker should be the Godfather and have
and
Edge running
nah.
Damian Priest and Tommaso Ciampa.
Get
All I know is
Rhea Ripley in there.
To the nursing home.
All I know is
you need
this,
to put Rhea
man.
Ripley in there.
All I know is this: whether it's Taker, whether it's Sammy Guevara, or whether it's some random bum on the street, any
Rhea
nigga that's gonna
Ripley.
get a tattoo of a woman on his body, he's a fucking simp and an idiot. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Don't be hating because Undertaker can do it and get away with it.
He got away with it because he erased it.
Yeah, exactly. He got away. The man's he can do that. He covered it up perfectly and was able to.
He didn't
make
cover it up.
look
It was
like-
on his neck. It was on his neck. Do you
I
remember?
wonder how
this
much
is how
money
He
he
got-
cost to get
he
rid of
got
that shit.
covered
I
up.
know that was a lot of money he got.
This is how I know that you're a younger fan, Snugs, because the stuff you say is not historically accurate. I can turn on Peacock right now and I can look at a clip of Raw from 2000 and it's right there on his neck. It's right there. It was never covered up. You have no clue.
No,
what
he
you're talking
covered
about.
it up after he got married again. He covered it up.
Didn't he cover it up or he got laser, whatever the fuck? Either way,
he had
got
it
covered
laser.
up.
You got the laser. You got the laser.
Yeah. Ain't that so much better to say than going on a rant saying, you know what, motherfucker, you ain't no shit because in 2004, like shut the fuck up.
I'm just simply saying, you're just basically telling me you weren't watching them without actually saying you weren't watching. Just say you weren't watching, and I'll just be like, okay, cool, you didn't watch. Period.
Nigga, we're talking about a tattoo. We're talking about a tattoo. We ain't talking about a time period of how much wrestling I watched.
I'm talking about a time period where you could see it. It was in plain sight. Like, for instance, everyone could see Stone Cold with the smoking skull belt in 1999 because that's when he had it.
Are we really arguing over covered up a tattoo?
Yes, y'all are. He's not taking his shit today,
I'm not. Yeah, he needs to move on because I'm looking at some other stuff right now. He's taking my attention away from it.
Sammy and Tay got tattoos of each other, so that's why I said he's the new Taker. It's not going to work out. So
where are they tattoos?
I don't fucking know. I don't follow them. All I know is that they both have tattoos.
It's on his dick. It's on his dick.
I'm definitely not interested in seeing that then.
Watch it grow. Gia.
Retarded, yo. Man. So, what's your thoughts on this dude, Hangman Page? I think he's still cooking.
No.
You mean either?
Punk's taking the title.
He's losing heat fast.
Punk's taking the title in Chicago.
Yeah, it's about that time for them to have a new time. Who's he beefing? He's still beefing with Adam Cole?
I don't know.
Ooh, Adam Page?
Yeah, like he is ice cold.
That's you,
Like
bro.
seriously,
I completely disagree. That's just you.
So talk to me like.
Wait, I can't fry. Who is he beefing with?
I've already talked to you, bro. Every match he has is kick ass, and the fans are into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I like it.
I definitely understand that. Like, I like this shit. Like his
I ain't
his
trying to call
past
you out, but
rivalry
what
with the
this is
Brother
you're
Hawk.
just conditioned. You're just conditioned by WWE's bullshit of there's always a heel. Oh
I
yeah,
know
we
you
gotta
would
have
just
heat.
fucking say
We gotta
that.
have- All of us are. All of us are.
No,
because
I'm not.
Because the few times we get a babyface champ in any company, people just say, "Oh, he's boring." No, he's not. You're just used to heat.
Yeah.
Because we had WWE
I
for
want
like
him to
20
keep
years.
me interested. Like, I
Get
ain't
the
gonna
fuck
lie.
out of
On some
here.
real shit. Cena at his first time, like the first, I would say like the first 8 months towards a year, Cena had got me more interested than this dude Hangman Page. He's supposed to be these dudes Cena right now.
I don't.
And
I
he's
don't
not really
Cena.
doing it. I don't know what it is. Like for instance, right?
Okay. Well, first of all, AEW is not that kind of company. Firstly, AEW is not the company where the complete focus is whoever the champion is. That's the first thing right there. That's one of the main. No, it's not because outside of WWE, outside of Roman Reigns, nobody gives a fuck. What AEW does what SmackDown used to do. Remember when SmackDown had the SmackDown 6? Remember?
Right.
When it,
and around that time, Dean Ambrose was popping at that time.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the SmackDown 6. Like
Go ahead. Who was the SmackDown 6 again?
The SmackDown 6 was Angle, Benoit, Mysterio, Eddie, Edge.
That's when Lesnar was popping at that time. Lesnar was the champion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what AEW does. They focus it around a group of guys, and the group of guys is around the champion.
All right. I say all right. Right. Can you agree that this dude is more popping now than Hangman Page? What's the TNT champion again? My dude again. What's his name again?
Scorpio? What, Scorpio?
Scorpio Sky. I think he's more popping right now than Hangman Page.
I don't think anybody in AEW is more popping than anybody. That's just how they do it.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I don't know. Well, if you say so.
They spread the wealth around. They spread it around. Jade Cargill's got some. Paige got some. Punk's got some. Bryan Danielson got some. They spread it around.
But he said he took it to the SmackDown 6. It wasn't spread around like that during the SmackDown 6. Brock was that dominant dude, period.
Yeah, but the show wasn't just about Brock, though.
Go ahead, Toby.
It wasn't just about Brock, though. Like, the show was about Eddie. It was about Ray. It was about, all of them were top-tier talents that were pushed weekly. That's what I'm saying. AEW is not the type of company. They've never been the type of company, and they would never be the kind of company where they're just going to take one guy, and it's like, we're going to make this guy the focus. That's what Vince does. That's how he does it with Roman. And, hey, do what works for you. But the problem is that when you do that, we're just going to focus on one guy. What happens when he gets hurt? And you already saw that when Roman got COVID, it fucked up everything. They had to end up, putting the belt on Brock.
Come right back. As a matter of fact, he was only going for like a week.
Yeah, right. And I would never ask for injury on anybody. But if Roman wakes up tomorrow and they find out his cancer's back, they're fucked. If he works out and he tears his ACL, they're fucked. But if Hangman, if he gets COVID or if he tears his ACL, guess what? They got MJF. They got Darby. They got Punk. They got Mox. Do you see where I'm going
I
with
agree.
this?
I know. I definitely agree. I do.
Omega. Yeah.
I definitely agree. But all right.
Roman got if Roman got hurt tomorrow, let's be realistic. If Roman's cancer came back tomorrow and they did a tournament to determine the new champion with Brock out the picture, right? Your only options are like what? Drew, Lashley, Cody. That's it.
Seth Rollins.
You got Seth Rollins. Yeah.
Kevin Owens.
The The problem is that Rollins and
he's naming some people.
The problem of those two, the problem you just named with Rollins and Owens is they've been doing nothing but losing for months. That's the problem.
You can also throw in. Who else you want to throw in there? Omos, yeah, you could throw in. You already said Bobby Lashley? Yeah, Bobby Lashley. You already said him.
So MVP can brag about something new?
Yep.
Cartman from South Park.
You could put in you can bring up somebody out of nowhere like Tommaso Ciampa, or you could put in what's his fucking name?
On some real shit, I wouldn't mind seeing Tommaso Ciampa just tear through a tournament to really show how brutal he still is. But WWE wouldn't do nothing like that.
No.
I think he might get put in the Edge's faction, and then
most likely he's gonna be an underling.
I wouldn't mind seeing Rhea Ripley join that faction too, and
you got some nice tits. I like her.
There was another person that was isn't like another dude besides Tommaso going into that crew, or is it
Charlotte?
Damian Priest.
It's just gonna be them three and a chick.
Yeah,
I thought it'd be like I don't know.
They don't need that.
Charlotte in the group. She got a horse face.
Oh God. No, like the Ministry of Darkness or the Breed. The Breed Ministry.
Did you see Dick Flair was at the Masters on Monday?
Did you see Dick Blood at NOW?
Yeah.
For those out there that don't know, that's
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, you see, Tom Snugs know about wrestling. See, he knew.
Remember when Jake the Snake DDT'd the Dragon and almost fucking knocked him out? Fucking jeez. Damn. Fucked his shit up.
My man.
You good over there, Tove?
Who was it? I'm trying to think.
I was saying, Sable was right backstage with being my
I think Tove probably blew a gasket over there.
What name was it?
I would not count Rollins and Owens because they've been jobbing for months. But
Owens a fat fuck. I don't want to.
Rollins is always relevant because all his losses, it makes it seem like he can always bounce back.
He's Canadian,
bro. People said the same thing. People said the same thing about Bray Wyatt, and people stopped caring. So
because what do you mean stop caring?
People gave up on Bray.
Bray Wyatt lost mad matches and
you can only lose. You can only lose so many.
Became the number one contender.
Right.
Well,
you can
I think
only
people
lose so many big matches before fans stop caring. That's what happened to Bray.
I think it's because of that Goldberg thing and the Hell in a Cell match. But the Goldberg thing,
that's definitely
what happened with Bray. What happened with Bray was he lost so many big matches that it got to a point where he had to reinvent himself as a new character just to get himself back over, which he did, only for them to fuck it up again.
Yeah.
So he's proof. I
don't think they fucked it up because remember before he left, he had a good thing going with the twist with him and Alexa Bliss, but then with Luke Harper's death, he had to go and take a break from it, and
he hasn't. They fucked it up twice because they did a DQ. And all right,
wait, hold on. We said from before that Bray Wyatt himself said that wasn't the reason why he was on TV. He said
that was part of the reason that led up to it, but he's also got
creative had nothing for him. He said that himself.
Yeah.
I think what they should, you know what though? I think
they had him. They had a DQ and a Hell in a Cell.
Hell in a Cell. Ronald McDonald Playhouse Cell.
So as far as I'm concerned, he was already dead right there. But some people are like, okay, well, let's give it a chance. And then the Goldberg shit before COVID, and then that killed what was left.
I'll tell you what. Like I've always said, he can't put Bray Wyatt out there every week with that gimmick. You really can't.
I definitely agree.
Yeah, I think that's why because Undertaker said in an interview recently that he thinks that Bray Wyatt may come back if the business perspective, we're able to work it out with him, but he. The only thing is, I think WWE right now, if he's going to be a special attraction kind of wrestler, then WWE is right now building up the stars like a Omos, like Bobby Lashley and
Ain't
all these other
nobody trying to
guys.
see no damn Fiend versus Omos.
Hell yeah, dude, that shit would be epic.
Personally, I didn't like the Fiend. I thought it was corny, but it was over.
What?
So since it was over, hey, make your money.
That theme song
I
was
feel
epic.
told because we're not kids anymore. All that magic.
Right. The Bray
I
I
understand
like.
that. I liked it
Right.
personally because I love over the top type shit. As long as it's not too
It
silly.
was
It
too
was
over the
scary.
top. It
No, it
was
was
too over the
scary.
top for me. It was too over the top for me. But that being said, I will acknowledge that it was over. But
I like
they
the
still
fun
ruined
house.
him. They still ruined him because every time he had a big match, he lost. And so then, to me,
He
he was
beat
already
Cena.
dead. He was already dead after Goldberg. But
He beat
then when he
Cena.
lost to Orton again, like that was the last straw. Because
Come on, Orton got to get a win somewhere on the
Orton already
Fiend.
got a win. He already beat Bray prior. He beat
He
Bray
lit
at
him
Mania
on
early.
fire for fuck's sake. What else you want? He lit him
Right.
on fire.
Yeah, Orton is the man. And I think
Like that's
Anyway,
that's
so
what
the point I'm
definitely
trying to make.
obliterated the Fiend because this dude got lit on fire, came back, and only bummed out to one RKO after that. My dude,
That's
you
what
came back over getting
right.
incinerated.
And
But
that's
you know
what
what
I'm
the
How
saying.
problem
you
with
able
that
to
was?
stop him
Stuff
like
like
You
that?
know what the problem with that was
like
that
the cool. Yeah, go on.
and I was gonna say like a lot of thing too. Like when I was watching Bray when he first started doing his Fiend thing, I'm noticing like he's not. It's not that he's not selling; it's just part of his character because he has to look like he's indestructible when he first comes out, and I get that. But I'm like, how long does it go before I start doing a special on you, and you have to lose eventually? Is what I'm saying. So like at some point he had to start looking more weaker than he can't just take every move like it's nothing. Like remember how like Randy Orton did a bunch of RKOs before he could finally, and then like you said, it took him one RKO after he lit him on fire to finally beat him. It was like, okay, yeah, but like it took all that damage for him to finally get the 3 count. I just felt like at some point they had to show a little bit of weakness in him, but not too much because then people would have been like, well, he could just lose to now somebody like Rey Mysterio. Like that'd be horrible, but still, like I just feel
All this
like
stuff.
he's too
Yeah.
indestructible.
All this stuff like the cool theme song and stuff like that, like shit like that wears off. It doesn't matter how cool your theme is or what other cool things that are attached to your character. If you keep losing big matches, people won't care. And that's what happened to Bray. And so and to me, in my opinion, not so much Owens, but like Rollins, he's getting to that point now. Because I've lost count. I can count on more than one hand how many big matches he's lost. And every time he loses, he just comes out laughing like it never happened. Like that's the exact same shit that Bray did.
Well,
So
no,
it's like
that's
if you
he's
really
laughing. Well, for
what?
Rollins, it makes sense because, like, okay, are you saying like, for example, are you gonna say that Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins, him losing that match, is an example of him coming out the next week and laughing about it?
I think that if they have their rematch, which they will, and Cody beats him again, the story being, I didn't know who my opponent was the first time. Now I know it's you. Now I'm prepared. We have a match set. We're going to fight at Backlash. I think if they
Mm-hmm.
have a match again and Cody beats him again, straight up, no shenanigans. If Seth comes out the next night dancing, doing the same shit, then it's like, it's over.
No,
That's
it
what I'm saying.
depends on his
You got a
excuse.
point.
It depends on the excuse though. If he comes out with like he did, like you said, he said, oh, he comes out, he wasn't ready, and he didn't know who his opponent was. That's good reason for him to come out and start celebrating a little bit, like I didn't know who my opponent was. But like that's part of his
Right.
character though. He's supposed to be laughing and then turn serious for like 5 seconds and then go right back to that joking
Wait,
manner
hold on.
again.
You didn't hear what he said though. Like basically what Toph said was, yeah, first he didn't know his opponent was Cody Rhodes, but now he knows. So
But he could take that loss and still recover.
that's
I'm
the
not
thing
saying he
though.
can't recover. I'm just simply
Exactly. Yeah, that's
saying
what he's trying to tell you.
acknowledge the loss, put it into the character arc, and go from there. My beef with Rollins is he loses big matches consistently or has big matches where he doesn't win the title. And the next night, he just comes out as if nothing happened. When they did the shit with Roman, right? Like, this is a big bragging right because Roman can say he's beat all these guys. he never beat Seth. That was a DQ. He had to get a steel chair and he had to beat the fuck out of Seth. So if I'm Seth, remember when Paul Heyman kept coming out every week saying how, I'm the advocate of the Beast beat the streak and it got heat. Seth could say, you never beat me, Roman. I don't acknowledge you as tribal chief. Like, Roman beat the fuck out of him. He got a steel chair. I lost count how many times he hit Seth. The next night on Raw, Seth comes out. He's not selling the injury. He's not mad. He's just laughing as if it never happened. It's like, what the fuck? What? Then he has the Elimination Chamber. And granted, Brock killed everybody in that match, Seth included. But still, it was an opportunity for the WWE Championship, and he didn't win. He lost the match. Comes out next night laughing like nothing. Like, dude, if you don't care, why should I care? That's the same shit that killed Bray. Verbatim. That's what killed him.
And a lot of other people, like a John Cena.
Yeah, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, Snug. Remember, Snugs, even you said it. Like, Cena was the one that started that, where he would have a big match against Orton or Edge or Triple H or whoever, and then Cena would get screwed. Next night, he comes off a smile on his face.
No, for me, I don't know about smile, but
get kicked upside the head.
I don't remember it being Cena.
Like smiling and cheesing.
I remember it being a big thing about it with like what's his name? Like a lot of the divas were doing it too, like Bianca and Becky or whoever.
She does.
And then I'd be like, yo, you just lost a match. Like, what the fuck, right? But
it's not an exclusive Seth thing. I agree. It's more noticeable with some wrestlers than others.
No, but like I was saying earlier, though, like I just don't think like he's going out there laughing like nothing happened. I think that's just part of his character because he's always laughing and then goes serious for like 5 seconds and then goes back to that funny laughing manner again. Well, anyway, that's why, like I agree with you, but I didn't think it applies with Seth.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Rollins laughing reminds me of the giggler from Death Wish 3. Remember that? The giggler? Yeah.
The giggler?
The giggler.
Wow, pause.
He shot him in the back. The giggler.
Anyways, I'm about to shut it down. As always, I appreciate y'all for coming through and chopping it up on the round table. Make sure you leave the thumbs up and all that. But before we call it a wrap, what y'all think should happen to Sonny, man? Talk to me. Do y'all think she should be behind bars for life, or they should?
Who?
Sonny.
She should get 5 years in jail and probation for like 10. Yeah, at least.
10 at least.
And she should face fuck me too. Yeah. Conjugal visits.
What y'all think?
What is Sonny? I don't know what Sonny did. What did she do?
DUI. She killed somebody in a car crash.
She did?
There you go.
75-year-old guy.
Talking about Tammy Lynn Sitch?
Yes.
Sonny? Oh my God.
Sonny.
The rise and fall of this. Listen, wasn't she doing porn? She's killing people.
Yeah.
She was killing people in her porn too. The fuck?
No, I'm just saying. Well, she probably did. I don't know what she had, but I don't know. But it's like I don't know.
So what do you think? Because you know she has a rap sheet. Her rap sheet crazy.
It just depends. Like, okay, first of all, she should have been arrested when she did porn with dirty feet. I saw that shit. I was like, what the fuck? Like, clean your fucking.
Dirty.
Like, she ain't wash her feet. She ain't wash her ass. You
gotta wash your ass and feet. She's not a Red Fox fan.
Oh man, what about you, Tove?
Yeah, she killed someone. That should not be a slap on the wrist. And I think I talked about this with Nate before. Sonny's also a good example of a double standard. Like, if a man does something, he's a piece of shit. But if a woman does it, she gets a pass. I'm still like, what the fuck over the fact that she basically admitted to raping Dolph Ziggler. I've talked about this.
Yeah.
Like, she raped him. That's essentially what happened. And she bragged about it on one of those. Right, on those U-shoot things. And people were like, some people are like, oh, well, he already agreed to meet her beforehand. It doesn't matter. He wasn't in his right mind. If you're a dude and you're with a girl and she's like, hey, let me come to your place later, you know, and you start flirting and you kiss, whatever. And then she comes to your place and she's absolutely drunk out of her mind. It doesn't matter that she gave the A-OK. She's still drunk. That's rape. So if that happened, people will say, oh, yeah, he raped her. That's basically what, because being drunk and having concussion is the same. You're not in your right mind. You can't even drive. You're not supposed to anyway. But anyway, I just thought that was kind of weird.
And then not only that, she took pics.
Right.
Oh,
She
yeah,
took pictures. She took pictures of him and then showed it. If a dude did that, imagine a dude having sex with a girl. She sleep. He takes pictures of her and then he puts it on Twitter. He would be canceled and you never hear from him again. Period. Much. So she's a piece of shit.
I'm upset. I mean, I want to see it.
I just read like everything so far. It just seems like okay. Here's for me. Okay, see, she's killed somebody. She wasn't going over the speed limit, but she did kill somebody in a car crash because she wasn't paying attention. And now we're just waiting on toxicology reports. Nothing's come out yet about her toxicology reports. If she was drunk, then she gets more time. If she's not drunk, then she's still getting time, just not as much as she would if she was drunk. I think she's got to get at least a year, because if you look at her recent history, she's been arrested at least 6 times in the last 7 years on suspicion of drunken driving. So
she tried to stab her boyfriend with scissors.
So even no, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that was just regarding the driving right by itself. Like, she's going to jail at least. She's a celebrity, so at least to some people's eyes, she's a celebrity. She may be but she's getting. I bet you guarantee, even if she's found guilty, she's not getting.
I won't be surprised.
She's not getting. She's not going to get the kind of years we would get.
That's why I was so mad when the Jimmy Uso stuff happened, because Florida, the state of Florida, I don't know if anybody knows this or not. The state of Florida has some of the best Uber and Lyft times in any state in the country. Because depending on what state you live in, if you call Uber or if you call Lyft, in some places, in some states, it's 5 minutes. Other places, it's 10 minutes. Florida, you can look this up. It has some of the best reaction times for an Uber or Lyft call. So with Uber and Lyft, you have no excuse to drink drive anymore. If you feel like you can't drink, just fucking call an Uber. And you can't tell me that a professional wrestler or someone that's been in the wrestling business doesn't have money to call a fucking Uber or a fucking Lyft. So to me, I would judge them even worse.
I don't know. That's Virgil.
Oh, you got your wife, your family members, anybody.
Right.
Yeah, she's going to jail. I just don't know how long. I know she's going at least a couple years, but I don't see her going for more than 10 or 5. I don't know about 5.
I do agree with you, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I won't be surprised if they give her the women's belt, the Divas belt. What the fuck belt they fucking? Who cares what belt the bitches got? That shit don't mean no goddamn thing anyway.
She's still technically in the Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah. And that's what I was saying.
Well,
that's why I brought up that topic about, certain Hall of Famers should basically be defamed when it comes to them, possibly making the company look bad. But probably overthinking in the comment section said that, well, there's been motherfuckers in the Hall of Fame that did shit prior to them getting the Hall of Fame. So that's, it just is what it is, unfortunately. And
how about we book a battle royal in the shower with all the women with Sonny? Yeah.
Yo, Vince. What we need to do, Vince, is build a Hall of Fame museum.
In
Disney
Florida.
World.
Florida.
That shit is Disney World. That's the next. Florida. That should be our next big move.
Yeah, Florida.
I don't know. That's kind of weird to have like one big giant building of like legendary Hall of Fame wrestlers. Like how much space do you need? So many.
You got the money for that shit.
No.
And you can find space anywhere. He can do that shit out here. You know what space is out here in Kansas City?
Yeah.
That's
a shitload of space out. He can do that shit out here. Probably won't pay that much for the space.
I'll tell you one thing: if Taker fucking fights Sting, I'm taking his ass out.
Hey, by the way, what's this I'm hearing about USFL coming back? What the fuck is that?
Yeah, it's coming back. Football, yeah.
They brought back the United States Football League.
Yeah.
That's the first time.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but like, is Trump running it again?
I don't fucking know.
But anyways, you already know. I appreciate y'all for chiming in and all that. And
Same man.
let this dude, Vince, let this dude Nate know that we'll definitely be pulling up for What If Wednesday.
Oh yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna kick Bischoff's ass. Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Hey, wait.
Let him know
What
the
time,
flame
Vince?
from the ninjas.
I think he's doing the show at 6. I'm gonna let him out. The ninjas are gonna kick his ass and throw him out of the van at 4. So he'll probably be there for 6. Yeah. So 6 o'clock.
Are you playing the game, Sandman? Are you gonna be playing Red Dead Redemption or Call of Duty?
I was trying to get a contact you from afar. Like I'm right now. I'm about to play a little bit of some Spider-Man before I call in the night. I'll let
I'm
you
about to
know
go live.
anything.
I'm about to go live in a couple of minutes anyway.
Yo, make sure y'all exactly sub to this dude Snugs. He about to go live in a little bit. Show everybody some love.
I do drop links.
You know what I'm saying? So
I'm gonna go fuck Linda hard. Yeah.
Peace out, motherfuckers.